Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Magic the Gathering unboxing. So today we're gonna look into some Dominaria United. So you've been following my channel for a while. One of the first Magic the Gathering big sets I did was a full unboxing of Dominaria, because I'm such a huge fan of the original series before they started jumping all the different planes and stuff. Not that I don't like a bunch of those, but I love the original world. So I was super excited every time they return to it. So I definitely had to pick up some of these. I'll probably buy some more, like maybe one of the fat packs and some other different packs eventually. But I just saw these and I wanted to grab at least a couple. Plus, you're kind of here to see what's in there. So we got the draft packs, which are your 15 card booster packs, which are like your typical Magic packs you use for drafting and stuff like that. So they also contain three. Just says, return to where all began. Dominaria, an ancient plane filled with countless cultures, legends, and forgotten treasures. As a secret enemy plots to invade, the people of Dominaria must band together to protect their home, use the legendary creatures that come in every pack to assemble a new coalition, and defend the plane where magic started. So we're going to get a bunch more legends. And of course there's Karn on the front, who was originally just the golem for the Weatherlight, and then he became the, Urza gave him his Planeswalker Spark. He created Mirrodin. He had stuff to do with Kamigawa, and then he created Mirrodin, which then eventually took host to New Phyrexia, which I believe is the ultimate enemy of this set, if I haven't checked too much into it. Then we're going to take the Jumpstart pack, so we'll probably start with this one, just because they're themed packs, but I like to see what's in here. So, Jumpstarts contain two 20-sided booster packs. Each pack has 18 randomly inserted game cards and two traditional foil lands. So these jumpstart packs, they're meant to be more very themed. So if you get the draft packs, they're 15 cards, with your rarest, commons, uncommons, and they're just kind of whatever. You can get these set boosters, which kind of theme them a little bit more. So you might have like two or three different colors. We might have like stuff based off lots of like red and blue, or you might have elves and angels, or elves and soldiers. You get at least some sort of theme until you get to the rares. I think the uncommons and rares kind of get a little bit more away from that, but at least the commons are all kind of themed. These are even more so. So you're gonna get two wild themes like mischief or totally ruthless, and then challenge your friends to find out who's is best. So what's neat about these, because they're two 20-card decks, you can sit down each, play a little, you use these as just like starter decks and play a little short games, or you can smash two of them together and make a full deck. So we're going to pop in and see what's in these. I've done some jump packs in the past. So I definitely just wanted to check out to see what ones came in here. Any other little, that's all legal information, don't care about any of that. Our trusty easel. Alright. Look at that, we're gonna get one mentioned on the back of the pack. We have Totally Ruthless. Alright, so a couple things to note on here. Has the Dominaria United on there. Number 6, this is pack number 6, so these are kind of set. So if you get Totally Ruthless, every time you're always going to get the same one, versus getting a random collection of anything. And back to the regular Magic card. So we're going to get black. So let's see what we got here. We got Cult Conscripted, a skeleton warrior. Ooh, I love skeletons. This is an uncommon. 1 cost, 2/1. Cult Conscript enters the battlefield tapped. Usually skeletons do if they have abilities. Pay 2 to return Cult Conscript from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control this turn. His eternal rest turned out to be more of a quick nap. Well, that's actually fun, though. So, a 2/1 for 1, pretty decent, although it comes in tap, but the fact is you can pay, the tap part is more because of his second ability, because you can then pay to have him come back, if somebody else dies. Yes, so here we have Phyerxians. They're kind of like, demonic cyborgs, I guess is the best way to put them. So you have a Phyrexian Vivisector, another 2 cost for 2. Whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1. Go to the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. Before he was the father of machines, Yawgmoth was a twisted, thriving physician, and his legacy of medical atrocities now lives on in New Phyrexia. Yes, I love the lore. Should be another 2 cost 2-1. A Splatter Goblin. He's a Phyrexian Goblin. So what Phyrexians do is basically they take over other creatures. It's kind of what they do, and they absorb the land. They, take over everything. They come from, I think they originally come from Wrath, at least that was their home plane. For some, perfection is a single moment when form and purpose converge. When Splatter Goblin dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. It's a very black and goblin-y thing. He's like this mask thing is on the back of his head. Like some of his wounds have been replaced, but he's kind of just being. And there's a Wrath ship up there, so they basically just threw him out. A little bit more powerful creature, a Phyrexian Ravager, 3 cost 2/2. Phyrexian Horror. When Phyrexian Rager, not Ravager, Rager enters the battlefield, you draw 1 card and you lose 1 life. Resist if you must. It makes no difference. As with Mirrodin, your role will now bow to Phyrexia. Cool. Awesome. Yes, a wall. Walls are my favorite cards. Gibbering Barricade. 3 cost, 2/4 Defender. Nightmare Wall. Pay 3 to sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Who needs stone walls when you can hide behind the impenetrable barrier of Screaming Nightmare? Braids. Braids Kabbalist from the what was the name of that set? I can't think of it now. So basically, after they sort of left Dominaria after the original invasion, which is Phyrexia, the Phyrexian invasion and the invasion block, they went to Oteria, which is it's still in Dominaria, but it was a different continent that they hadn't explored in any of the other things. And it was kind of post-invasion. They had a big tournament with Arena, and it's where we got people like, is it Kamal the Fist of Karosa? If I remember, I'm trying to remember all the names, but I know Braid Kabbalist was the black one. Yeah, definitely with different fighters and stuff. I can't think of the name of the set. Ooh, a Senior Connoisseur. Seniors are a Dominaria. That's the name of the vampire. Not it's its family name. Kind of like Dracula. Senior is the bunch of them. So she's a 4 cost vampire, 3/3 flying. Whenever 1 or more creatures dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Senior Connoisseur. This ability triggers only once each turn. We cannot afford to let the Phyrexians win. They taste terrible. So that's one thing that was really awesome about the end of the original Dominaria arc. Was the invasion, because you had all these different. Everyone in Dominaria basically realized we have to band together and form a coalition to fight the evils. You had goblins that were teaming up with soldiers. You had elves that were teaming up with barbarians. All this different stuff that were mixing and matching together. It was one of the first big 5-color sets in a long time. So that was really cool. And then they did eventually come back to it with Time Spiral and the Dominaria storyline. But yeah, it's definitely cool. They're kind of going back to some of this. So we have Bone Splinters, 1 cost sorcery. As an additional cost to cast, sacrifice a creature. Destroy target creature. Steel may be more durable than nothing. Challenge the spite of unjust dead-like bones. So this should work really well with that your original skeleton. So where is he? First card. It's kind of like the picture sort of shows on there, a little bit similar, like the green skull. So basically you cast this, sacrifice 1 creature to destroy one of your opponent's creatures, and then when this is in there, it says, hey, as long as a non-skeleton died under your control, so it died because you sacrificed it. Now you can summon him too. Such a fun little combo we already got in here. Cut down 1 cost instinct, an uncommon. Destroy target creature with a total power of 5 or toughness of less. Cool, so like straight up destroy, but since it has a cost, it's a lot cheaper than the regular destroy spells. There can be no mercy, no half measures when facing Phyerxians. It's kill swiftly or die. Joda. Ooh, I remember him as well. I know these characters. I love this. Battle Rage Blessing. 2 cost instinct. Target creature gains death touch and indestructible to the end of turn. Since when is it cheating to give one side an unfair advantage? Ooh, sweet. Death touch and indestructible. Awesome. We got these Saga cards. These things are really fun. So these, I think they debuted in the last Dominaria set. They're kind of little stories. So we have 2 cost enchantment and their sagas. So basically what happens is each turn, you get one of these effects and then it keeps going down. So it says, so the first one starts off, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Then the next turn, it goes to return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, and then the third one is target opponent may sacrifice a non-land token permanent. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Now this has a special ability at the top. It says read ahead. Choose a chapter and start that many lore counters. Add one after your draw step. Skip chapters don't trigger sacrifice after chapter 3. So that's kind of cool, because like if you're like, I really just need set number 3, you can do that. Or if you want to start with set number 2, you can do that. Because maybe you don't, it says you may sacrifice a creature, maybe you don't even want to bother. Just start it on set 2, then you get to 3 quicker. That's kind of a cool effect. Then we have a rare card here. We have Tyrannical Pit Lord, who's a 6 cost demon who costs 6/6. Flying Trample. Tyrannical Pit Lord enters the battlefield. Choose another creature controlled. The creature gains 3/3 and has flying. When Pit Lord leaves the battlefield, sacrifice the chosen creature. Well, that's fun. Another rare is we got Evolved Sweeper. 1 cost, 1/1. So it's a human, and then it says pay 1 to evolve Sweeper becomes a human cleric with base power of 2/2. And then pay 2 if evolved Sweeper is a cleric, put a death touch counter on him, and it becomes a Phyerxian human cleric with 3/3. And then if you pay another 3, evolved Sweeper is a Phyerxian, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So basically, you pay 1, get a 1/1, but if you end up paying, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total, he becomes a 4/4 death toucher. Which is pretty crazy. A human, Phyerxian human cleric with death touch. So it's kind of a neat mechanic. Then we're going to get some lands. So there's some different swamp lands. Those 2 are the same. Ooh, we get that one. We get this cool fancy one. I love that. That's awesome. And then we get 2 foil lands. Alright, so that's not bad. Definitely some neat, interesting stuff in there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands in there. So 8 of the 20 cards are lands. That's not terrible, but that's your total Ruthless. So you can see you can make a little black deck. You get all the theming. It's all about sacrificing and the Phyerxians. And let's see what the other one. Oh, sweet. Okay, so then the next one we're going to get white. So we get white and black. Opposites, sometimes complementary. The Coalition Legion. So this is number 2. We have the Samite Herbalist. 2 cost, 2/1. Whenever Samite Herbalist becomes tapped, you gain 1 life and scry 1. Spiritual wholeness is not something you can give yourself. It is attained through the divine blessings and healing of another. So we got a healing deck, it looks like, baby. Benelish Faith Bond. 2 cost, 1/3. Vigilant and List. New ability. When this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. When you do, add its power to this creature's tough. When you do, add its power to this creature till the end of turn. Cool. Okay, so that's kind of neat. So you can basically not attack with it, so it's not being put in danger, but you can power up this guy with him. So that's kind of a neat effect. Knight of Dawn's Light. Human Knight, 2 cost, 2/2, first strike. If you would gain life, you instead gain that much life plus 1 instead. And then pay 2, Knight's Dawn gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. Phyerxians destroyed my village. They cannot break my hope. So this kind of works with the other guy, because you gain life, you gain extra life as well. Aggravating Cult Cavalier and Orc Knight. Ooh, that's fun. I like when they get mixed types. I also like in the back, you can kind of see the overarching symbol like that. So each one of the different parts of the symbols, I don't know if they'll show them in any of these cards, but it's also this is like one different, it's supposed to be like part of the different colors. So like white's one color, black was one color, green was one, and we put all 5 together, it makes this symbol. That's how the original invasion set was. So I'm betting this is very similar to that. This has enlist again, and when he enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier token. So if nothing else, you can create a token and use it to make him a 3/3. Charismatic Vanguard, a dwarf soldier, who has 3 costs and costs 3/2, or has a 3/2 attack and defense. Pay 5. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till the end of turn. This battlefield is an anvil. My mace is a forging hammer, and you, Phyerxian scum, are the scrap metal that is about to be reshaped as I see fit. So we got some life gaining, we got some power boosting, very white stuff. Griffin Protector, 4 cost, 2/3. Flying. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Griffin Protector gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. Griffin flocks still patrol the skies above Zalgafrim Void as though they are waiting for their old home to reappear. So now this should work nice with your Cavalier, because if you already had him out and you play that Cavalier, now he's going to gain 2 because you get that soldier as well. Nice little combos in here. Take up the shield. 2 cost instinct. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible till the end of turn. You and I are part of my pride. As long as I live, I will protect you. Boosting up someone and then using with that other guy who gains bonus for adding extra life. Definitely helpful. The Prayer of Binding. 4 cost. Enchantment. Flash. So you can play as same as an instinct. When Prayer of Blessing enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls until the Prayer of Binding leaves the battlefield. You gain 2 life. When a Phyerxian agent cannot be killed, they must be contained. Ooh, fun. Those are always fun. Join Forces. 3 cost instinct. Untap up to 2 target creatures. They get +2/+2 till the end of turn. You take the 16 Ragers and the Hulk on the right. I'll take the 10 Defilers and the Plague Lord on the left. Ready? So Danatha to Rada. So Dana is the girl on this side, and Rada is the elf on the other side. I remember Rada being a green-red creature. Produced her own mana, which is really fun. And I believe Danatha is one of the new... I don't know if she's the captain or she's just a new knight on the Weatherlight. I have to recheck my old Dominaria sec. We have another saga here. Love Song of Night and Day. So it says read ahead again. It costs 3. You and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Chapter 2, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying, and 3/3 put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, if you want to skip that first one, be like, hey, I don't want to give my opponent cards, I have enough cards, great. You don't really need to get a bird token. For some reason, you just really want to get to that Chapter 3, you can do that It's a fun little mechanic. Here's one of our 2 rares. We have Valiant Veteran, a 2-cost 2/2. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. We had a couple of them there, actually. Because we had the Orc and the Dwarf, I think. And then we also could create a soldier. Pay 5. Exile Valiant Veteran from your graveyard to put a +1/+1 counter on each soldier you control. Oh, that's actually fun too. So even if he dies, you can then exile him from the graveyard to give them counters. Let them come. We will show them the aggravating steel is stronger than Phyerxian metal. And then a Sarah Redeemer. Sarahs are the, like, group of angels. Kind of like Senior was the vampires. So 4 cost, 2/4, Angel Soldier. We've got another soldier we can boost. Flying. Whenever another creature with a power of 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put 2 +1/+1 counters on that creature. Oh, sweet. So yeah, you summoned them earlier, guys. Heroism is neither a strong arm nor a divine destiny. It's a choice that stands unbowed against impossible odds. So yeah, with her, I just gotta go back and look at this. So she'll boost up that guy. Boost up that guy. Boost up that guy. He also creates a soldier, so that means your veteran will power up him. She'll boost up that guy. Won't boost up him, but he's a soldier, so he can get a bonus from the other thing. Boost up the Griffin. Plus, we have all these other ways of adding +1/+1 counters. Yeah, so there's definitely some neat stuff there. And then, some good synergy. Granted, you buy more packs, you're going to get other different stuff or combine with other sets. But here we have our different Plains cards. We have 3 different artworks. We have 2 more there. We have our 2 foils. And we have our really neat stained glass window one. Yeah, so that's definitely, that is the, Coalition Legion. That was our jump packs. You get 2 little mini decks. You have a black and white one. How well these 2 work together? The black one was all about sacrificing and killing stuff like that, and the white one was all about gaining life. So they don't. These 2 particularly might not work super well together. But, you know, that's alright. That's kind of how it is. You can try them out, or you go and buy another set, maybe get 2 more different ones, give you some different options. Alright, so now we're going to look at our regular draft pack. And we'll see what we get in here. Alright. Alright, draft pack 1. We're going to start off. We're going to get Bone Splinters. We already seen that one. That's alright. Now we're going to get some new ones. Anytime we get a non-white or black card, it'll definitely be something new. Negate. 2 cost, blue, instant. Counter target non-creature spell. It's frustrating, isn't it, to be so weak and ineffectual. Don't you worry, you'll be complete soon enough. That's neat. Ooh, here's a white card. So we have a Heroic Charge. And there's Rada and, Dolly. Oh, I already forgot how her name is pronounced. But there's a 4-cost instant, with Kicker. So Kicker's a fun mechanic. So you can pay an additional 1 colorless, 1 red. So instead of paying 4, now it's a 6-cost spell. But it says creatures you control get +2/+1 till the end of turn. If this spell is kicked, those creatures also gain trample till the end of turn. For Keld, for Benedalia, and for Dominaria. Yeah, so the kicker mechanic's cool. So if you're just playing this in a white deck, it's a 4-cost for 2/1 which is okay. There's definitely better things to play. But if you can give all, I mean, it's for all creatures you control, so it's definitely not a bad thing. But if you also give them trample, especially like looking at that other mechanic we had with the enlist and +1s for our soldiers, you could definitely get some cool things there. We have Colossal Growth, a 2-cost green instant with a kicker of 1 red. Creature gets +3/+3 till the end of turn. If this spell is kicked, instead that creature has +4/+4 and gains trample and haste. Oh, so that's even cooler. So instead, if you can afford to pay 3, you can give them an extra little +1/+1 boost, but he also gains trample and haste. You can hit him right on the first turn. We have a red card, Jaya's Fire-Nado, 5-cost red sorcery. Fire-Nado deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Scry 1. For all their supposed advantages, the Phyerxians still aren't fireproof. Then we have an artifact here, Vanquisher's Axe, costs 1 colorless. Equipment, which is fun because equipment started in Mirrodin, which is like not the next set, but like 3 sets after. Because I think it was the Oteria block, and then it was the Kamigawa block, then the Mirrodin block. Maybe Mirrodin came before Kamigawa. I don't remember. Equipped creature gets +2. Had to come after. Yeah, it's +2 attack. When a Keldon takes a trophy from an enemy, it's usually something they can use to kill more enemies. Yeah, so it's cool. Just an extra bonus to your characters. And then if the guy dies, the equipment drops, so now you can reattach it again, unlike a spell. You have another Cavalier. We've already seen him. We have a good land here. We have a Sunlit Marsh, which adds black or green. So this would work well now if I started to make my black-green deck, or my, black-white deck with my jump back cards. Because now the cost is both. Even the poison land around the stronghold blossom with new life, awakening the great mending. A Bog Badger. Kicker. It's a 3-cost green. 3/3. You can pay kicker of 1 black. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, creatures you control gain menace to the end of turn. A creature's menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Yeah, so it's 1 just to give it a extra little bonus for the turn. We have another white card, so we're going to go our uncommons. We have Shali's Acolyte, 5-cost white angel for 3/4. You can kick it for an additional 1 colorless, 1 green, so it has flying. If it was kicked, enters the battlefield, 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So instead of being a 6 cost, you can pay 8 to make it a 4/5. Armed by Mulani, he protected the forest from above. Ooh, so that's fun. He's like a forest guardian. Here we have a red card. The Hurloom, which are the Minotaurs. A Hurloom Battle Hymn. 3-cost red with a white kicker. So we had red kickers with white cards. Now we have the other direction, which is kind of nice for synergy. Battle Hymn deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If this spell is kicked, you gain 4 life. Magical echoes of the Hurloom Mulligan's range greatly increased as the potency of spell is based on song or speech. Nice. Frostfish Strider. Oh, this guy's probably going to go in my ice deck that I have. 5-cost blue, 4/4. He's an elemental giant. Ward 2. Whenever a creature becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2. Oh, that's fun. And then, when Frostfish Strider enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls, and put a stun counter on it. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. Yeah, lots of blue cards, ice cards, just permanently tap them, or until the end of turn. Now they're just adding a stun counter on there as a mechanic for it, which is kind of fun. Alright, so our rare card is awesome. We have Johora, the Ageless Inventor. Human Artificer. She's a blue, red, 2/3. says tap, put 2 Ingenuity counters on Johora, Aegis, and Innovator. Sorry, not Inventor, Innovator. Then you may put an artifact card with a mana value of X or less from your hand onto the battlefield. X is the number of Ingenuity counters on Johora. So you get to play artifacts for free. You put 2 on there, and then you may put an artifact with the mana of X or less from your hand on it. That is crazy. So the first time you tap her, so player can't tap her the first turn. Next turn you can tap her because you have summoning sickness. You get to play a 2-cost artifact for free. And then next time you can put up to a 4-cost, then up to a 6-cost. Oh boy, I mean she's not super strong, but dang. Alright, then we have a foil here. Tribute to Uborg. Or Urborg, which is the Swamplands. This is a 2-cost black spell with instant kicker, 1 colorless, 1 blue. Target creature gets -2/-2 till the end of turn. If the spell is kicked, that creature gets an additional -1/-1 till the end of turn for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. Oh, with blue, that could definitely be bad. You could easily take out some big creatures with that. Then we got a land. And then we got a token card. So we have Merfolk, 1/1 Merfolks. So something will create those. And on the back, Friday Night Magic. Card number 7. So I'm hoping this 7 isn't linked to the these numbers here. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that it's not like there's only 6 other jumpstart decks, and then this is like card number 7. That would kind of be a bummer. Alright, pack number 2. We have another Battle Rage Blessing. We've seen Volish Tideturner, Merfolk Wizard, 2 costs, 1/3. Tap, add 1 blue mana. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell or a kick spell. That's still crazy, because blue loves to cast spells. I love it. Ships suspected of characting Sheldred's agents have a tendency to drift off course as they sail through the Vada seas. Another Samite Healer. A green card, Bite Down, 2 cost. Instant, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Davima takes care of herself. The Kabu are evidence of this. What does your coalition offer that the forest cannot provide? At least there's some mention of Kabu. I love them. They were one of the first new creature types introduced. Because I believe during the invasion block, up till then, there hadn't really added many new creature types. Very rarely. So they added the Kabu, and then they really haven't went back to them since. They're basically just giant dino-type beasts. The Gitu Amplifier. These are one of the fire races. 2 cost, Human Wizard for a 1/2 attack defense. Kicker of 3 with blue. When the Amplifier enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, gains +2 attack till the end of the turn. It's kind of fun. It's kind of weird to show them shooting like fire and then it doesn't actually do any damage. Black card, 7 cost, Withering Necromass, Zombie Giant. It's a second giant, so maybe there's a cycle of giant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Death Touch. Oh, it's a boy, so it could cost down to potentially 1 black mana. We sent 3 of our best legions. You're telling me no one came back? That is definitely cool. If you play I mean, granted, it wouldn't be super often, but if you played a 5/5 for 1 mana. Meteorite. So this is a reprinted card from other sets, but still fun. 5 cost artifact. When Meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. And then you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So Meteorite did say 165 beta confirmed to be a null moon of origin. Immediate evacuation assistance is required. Yeah, so that's fine. I love it. Just 5 you heal and do 2 damage. I mean, 5 is a lot. You only do 2 damage. But the fact is, then you get mana from it. Magnagoth Sentry, Tree Folk, 4 cost, 4/4 green, reach. When one of Yagvoma's enormous Magnagoth trees awakens into a Tree Folk, it is a towering presence of physical strength and ancient wisdom. So fairly, simple. Nothing wrong with that though. A Shield Wall Sentinel. 4 cost artifact, Golem, 1/3 Defender. When Shield Wall Sentinel enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with Defender, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Unit Alpha 6 locking into position. That is definitely cool. And you see like their shields like linked together. That's neat. The Totarian Geyser. 3 cost blue sorcery kicker with white. Target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. If this spell is kicked, you gain 3 life. If they don't drown, perhaps they'll rust. Neat, gaining extra life. Can't ever argue with that. Alright, on to our uncommons. We have Pilfer. 2 cost black sorcery. Your opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. To the merchant, it was nothing more than a few missing trinkets. To Tiny Bones, it was a greatest heist of all times. It's fun. Kind of sounds like you'd steal the card, but I get why you're not. But yeah, definitely neat. Extra discard, plus not a random discard. Knight of Dust Shadow. Ooh, this will be a counter to the Knight of Dawn's Guard. Dawn's Light. So it's the opposite of the Knight of Dawn's Light. So this will probably work kind of nice to, mix with that other deck. 2 cost 2/2, which are typical for human knights. Menace, and your opponents can't gain life. Pay 2, Dust Shadow gains +1/+1 till the end of turn. Yeah, so now if you mix this with the other deck, you're sacrificing stuff, which maybe makes their, the jumpstart cards. I can make my opponent sacrifice stuff as well with some of the other cards. Well, I'm constantly gaining life, so even if they do get a hit on me, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, our next uncommon. This is crazy. So this is Volhar Vulgarian Desecrator. So this is one of the alt art styles, I'm guessing they started doing for every set. It's a Phyerxian Merfolk Wizard. 1 blue, 1 black. 1/2. Draw a card and then discard a card. You discard an instant sorcery this way, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Pay 2 to sacrifice Volhar. You may cast target instant sorcery from your graveyard this turn. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile instead, activate only as a sorcerer. So it's a fun little combo. You pay 2 and then you can tap him to get rid of one of your cards. Instant or sorcery, and you can gain life. Opponents lose life, especially if you're playing multiplayer. Everyone loses 1 life. And then you can turn around sacrificing to be able to play that card right away. So that's a neat little combo there. Basically 2 costs to play that. It could be like a 6 cost card. That's neat. We got a rare card. We have Shivying Reef. So another dual land. Tap to add 1 colorless mana, or add 1 red or blue. Deals 1 damage to you. So these are pain lands. But the fact is it doesn't come into play tap means you can use it right away. Boiling Seas around Shiv provide a welcome layer of protection for the reclaimed mana rig. Then we have a Mountain and a Phyrexian token. So 2/2. So I haven't seen a token maker yet. Alright, pack 3. So far, both of our legends have been 2 cost. So it'd be interesting to see if that's a very common thing. I'm sure they're going to have more powerful ones, but... Alright, third and final pack, we have 1 cost red, Hammerhand. Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature. When Hammerhand enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Yeah, so basically, keep someone from blocking you, you gain a bonus to smash. Alright. Uborg Repossession, 1 cost sorcery. Kicker for 1 green, 1 colorless. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand for 1 cost. Not bad. If you paid 2, you gain 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Even better. This spell is kicked, returning another target permanent to your graveyard to your hand. Sweet. So if you're mixing a color. So here's the thing, is like now you with these cards you could play. I had the black and white deck. I can make a black white deck. I could also splash like green in there, have a little bit of green, and get like this kicker. And then I don't think I thought I had another green that had one of the other colors in it. Like now I also have like this white one that has green as well. So I could add that in there too and get that. Or I could play like my green card that has a black kicker. So I could do a 3-color deck, like focus on 2 colors with like a 3rd color to help with some of them other little kicker abilities. Or you could play a 5-color deck and do a bunch of stuff. The Toltarian Terror. 7 cost, 5/5 Serpent. This spell costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, and it has Ward 2. Afterwards, a number of treaties on Sea Serpent's morphology were swiftly revised. Nice. Here's another white-green one. Juniper, Order, Rootweaver, so 2 cost white for a 2/2 human druid. Kicker, 1 green. When Juniper, Order, Rootweaver enters the battlefield, it is kicked. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. What Phyrexia takes, the Grace of Fertiles shall replenish. So I can definitely see I can make some interesting combos with this. We have Vanquisher's Axe again. We have Broken Wing. 3 cost, instant, destroy target, artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Sarah guides your shot through. Also, I just tuned the cannons. That's fun. Here's another white card we could add. The Mesa Cavalier, 3 cost, human knight with 2/1, flying. When Mesa Cavalier enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. In the fight to defeat Phyrexia, the courage of Bangladesh Knights is matched only by that of their Pegasus steeds. Essence Statter, 2 cost blue, instant, counter target creature spell. Phyrexia includes everything they don't touch. The solution is simple, don't let them touch anything. So we had the one that countered non-creature, now we have one that counters creature. And then you build one that counters anything that's going to cost more. We got another dual land here, Contaminated Aquifer for blue and black. The cave stretched further than anyone knows. The terrible legacy of Yagamoth lurks in every shadow. Resolute Reinforcements, 2 cost, 1/1 human soldier, flash. When Resolute Reinforcements enter the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Morale rarely survives the sudden appearance of his squad of Cersei skirmishes and army flank. So again, this worked really great with that white deck I had. This is our first uncommon, because you could definitely add extra soldiers, get extra creatures. Here's another green and black combo. Choking Missima, 3 cost black, sorcery, pay 1 green kicker. If this spell is kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. All creatures get -2/-2 till the end of turn. Now this one's definitely cool, but you have to watch it with your play the white deck. So a lot of 1/1 soldiers. But if you had that one, the one guy we had, you gave +1/+1 soldiers. Where was this guy? The Valiant Veteran. So if either he's out or he's died, and you put 1/1 on each one of them. So at least this would, as long as they're over 2/2, they'd survive. They're 3/3. They might be really weak for the one turn, but it might eliminate a bunch of your opponent's forces, and then they come in even stronger. Or you could use that to sacrifice him by not giving him a bonus, then you can pay that counter to put him on. It's kind of neat. Alright, uncommon, we have a legendary. Bortuk Bone Rattler, Troll Shaman. 6 cost, black and green, so we got another combo there. He has Domain. When Bortuk Bone Rattle enters the battlefield, you may cast it. If you cast it, choose target creature card in your graveyard. Return that card to the battlefield if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of basic land types amongst the land you control. Otherwise, put it in your hand. So the basic land type should be the 5. It would be mountain, forest, plains, island, swamp. So as long as if you had all 5 of them, you could play a card for 5 for free. But if you only had 3 of them, then you can only play at 3 cost. Definitely a fun mechanic. They had one like that in the other set that used having more of each color gains you bonuses. So that's definitely fun. Our rare card for this set is Defiler of Vigor, a Phyerxian worm. 5 cost, 6/6 green creature with trample. As an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost 1 forest less to cast if you paid this way. This effect reduces the only amount of green mana you pay. When you cast a green permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, this is crazy for multiple reasons. So the second half of that, whenever you cast a green permanent, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So yeah, you casting stuff, everything gets bigger, including this guy. The middle effect there with the traveling. So this works like Phyrexian mana, which is a special mana type they made in the new Phyrexia set. So basically what new Phyrexia set was, it was a special symbol that would be upping your cost up there. Sometimes it was paid cost as well. But basically you had the option of either paying 2 life or paying that mana color. So if you didn't have that mana, you could pay 2. It lets you splash in other colors into your deck that you might not normally be able to afford by paying life. This basically turns all your green cards into Phyrexian mana. As long as you can pay that life, you can get them. So that's actually really cool. Alright, we have a foil here. It's a Phosphorus Vine Wall, another wall, which I love. 2 cost green, 0/2, Plant Wall, Defender. When Vine Wall enters the battlefield with the top 6 cards of your library, you may reveal a land card from among them, put them in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Nice, so basically it's going to sit there and take some damage for you, but you get to find some stuff for it. We got the blue glass. Now we have 4 of the 5 colors. We just don't have a mountain, I think. Did we get one in the last? We got one in the first pack. I could be wrong. Yes, maybe we just have 3 of them. That's alright, though. And our final thing is, of course, a bird token, which we have stuff that creates bird tokens, so that's definitely fun as well. And then on the back of there, they mentioned the secret lair, which is like their super limited time things. Yeah, this is card number 8. But these also say A by them, so I don't know if A versus F has a difference. There's the other... Why can't I find it? Yeah, that one says F as well. So maybe F is for Jumpstart, maybe A is for these, I'm not sure. Yeah, basically secret layers are like super limited time sets. They're really expensive, but they're always like, they're exclusive cards. You're not going to get anywhere else. Sometimes they're reprints of stuff with different pictures on them. Sometimes they're brand new cards. Very interesting. I always find them neat to look at. Just, it's too expensive for me. Yep, so that was introduction here in the Dominaria United. So again, a lot of kicker, multicolored sets, which is definitely a thing they like to do with this. Bringing back some old cards like the Sagas. The Phyrexians are back, which is really fun. Yeah, so we'll kind of see. I think they started doing, I was kind of reading up on this. I haven't been keeping up on my Magic the Gathering lore as much as I used to back in the day. But if I understand is what they're doing is like, this is the first of 3 big blocks to Phyrexians. So they're kind of leading up to a big giant story. It's 3 interconnected blocks, but they're not like the old big set and then 2 small sets. They're not going to be in Dominaria. I think the next one takes place in why can't I think of the name? It's the Fairy Tale World. I don't know why I can't remember it. It's one of my favorite sets that came out recently. That's the other one that had more saga cards in it. And then I think the third one goes back to Ixalan. So I think it's like the 3 blocks kind of tying together, like the Phyerxians are battling over multiple domains. I believe that's the storyline. Alright, yeah, if you guys enjoy this, let me know in the comments. Definitely like the video so I know that. And if I buy more, I'll definitely do some more videos. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.